transform it to an office. By then we were talking about this IFMIS system. So you know Mansa Konko Area Council is only one block. Okay. So we were having constraints of offices. If you go there, you'll see how I demarcated the premises. There was a very big store. So that store I tried to demarcate it to try and create some offices. So, but during the IFMIS, we were trying to bring the IFMIS. It was a problem. So we put up a bill of quantity to see whether we'll transform that structure to an office. But when they brought the below queue to me, I feel that the below queue was on the high side. So I didn't continue with the process.
Did you take that to the council?
Well,
or did you make that decision yourself?
Yeah, I made it myself, to be frank.
Why is that?
Yeah, because it was submitted to me. I was the one who was supposed to take it to the General Council. So I feel that it was on the high side. I compared the bill of the BOQ together with the BOQ that we used to maintenance the CO quarters. So there was a huge difference. So that's why I was not convinced.
Yes, but so if you were going to take the decision to refurbish or to repair the finance director's quarters, that's a council decision, right? The council has to approve that decision.
Yes.
So if you've commissioned the BOQ and it's come, is that not something that you would take back to the council to say, this is what has come? If we compare it to another one, we'll see that there's a problem. What do we do next?
Yes, there are certain things I think no need to argue on that, because I feel that I will not be able to defend it. So when I take it to the General Council.
So I'm not asking you about defending. I'm saying it's a council. First of all, actually, let me clarify. Was it a council's decision to refurbish the finance director's quarters?
No, it was not a council decision. It was my decision.
Okay, so you didn't take that to the council
No, I didn't
either.
take it. Yeah, I was just trying to see whether I'll be able to take it to the General Council.
But you had written to the ministry submitting that BOQ and explaining that you wanted to bring, you wanted to have a building to turn it into offices for the finance department so that you could work on the IFMIS system.
Yes, for that one, I think we were promised a grant.
Okay.
Yes, so we wanted to use that grant to refurbish that area.
So
that's why
did the council authorize you to send that letter to the ministry?
Yes, I was authorized by the council.
Okay.
Yes.
Was this in writing?
Pardon?
Was this in writing?
Yeah, it was a council resolution, I can remember.
Okay, so at what point did the council know about this project? Because you said you didn't tell them before. Mm-hmm. So at what point were they aware?
Were they aware of the BOQ?
Were they aware of the BOQ and your decision to convert the finance director's quarters to an office?
Yes, the time we sent the BOQ to the office, the chairman was also copied.
Sorry?
The chairman was also copied, because a letter was written to the ministry and the BOQ was attached.
So that's the time that you informed the council?
Yes.
Okay, and they were okay with your decision to convert the quarters?
Yes, they were okay, but eventually I think it was not approved by the ministry.
Okay. Did they approve a different project for the grant?
Yeah, I think they approved a different project. The project, I think, was a borehole.
One borehole?
Yeah, because it was only an amount of 500,000, and the BOQ was more than 500,000. So we were unable to defend it.
So why did you send the BOQ if it was above 500,000 and the grant amount was 500,000?
No, initially I don't know whether it was 500,000 or not. We were just requested to send a proposal.
Okay. The conference hall, was it built during your time?
Yes.
Okay. And tell us how that came about.
Yeah, it was a Gunworks project. We paid the counterpart contribution to Gunworks. I think the total amount of the project was around 15 million. So we paid 8% of it. But the land is owned by council. The land was purchased by council at the price of $175,000.
Okay, hang on. Let's go to that. Because I'd asked you about these properties and the title deeds to them, and you said you don't have any title deeds to all the properties that you have.
Yeah, maybe it escapes my mind, but for the center, we have a document for it.
Okay, and who did you purchase it from?
We purchased it from Seidi Bakunda in Soma.
Sorry?
Seidiba Kunda.
Kunta.
Kunda.
Kunda.
Seidiba Kunda. They are the founders of Soma.
Okay. And you said for 175,000?
Yeah, 175,000.
When was this?
I think this was in around 2018, 2019.
You purchased it after it was built?
No, we purchased it before it was built.
Okay.
Yes.
And when was it built?
Yeah, it finished in around December 2020.
Are you sure? Okay, we'll check again.
Yeah.
So you purchased it from Seidiba Kunda for
Seidiba, not Seidiba, Seidiba.
Yes, BAH.
Saidybah.
Yes,
Yes,
okay, Seidiba
yes.
Kunda. And what type of title did you get?
We just get a transfer.
An Alcalo transfer?
Yeah, an Alcalo transfer.
And is it registered with the council?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you ever try to get it leased?
No.
How big is the property? Do you remember?
The size of the land is 150 by 50.
150 by 50?
Yes.
I take it that's meters.
Yes, 150 meters by 50 meters.
Okay. So now, do you recall whether any of the other properties that you have had title deeds?
No, I can only remember.
This is the only one?
Yeah, the only one, yes.
Okay. Now, when the conference center was constructed, who constructed it?
It's constructed by, I think, ATC, Appropriate Technology.
ATC?
Yes, ATC, yes.
And was it a tender?
Well, all the tenderings, all the procedures were done by GAMWorks. The only thing we did was to pay our counterpart contribution.
Okay. So when the center was ready, can you tell us, I believe it was Baiji Bisala that was the finance director at that time?
Yeah.
Okay. And there were special GTR books that were prepared for the center?
Yes.
Okay, can you tell us about that?
Yeah, I think 10 private GTRs were prepared. Yeah, we did that because that was the first time we operating a conference hall. So what we were trying to do is to separate the management from the council's management, because we know that a lot of money is being invested there. So we wanted to operate it privately, different from the council.
So can I just ask, before going back to that, the multipurpose centers, did you meet them at the council or did they come about afterwards?
Pardon?
The multipurpose centers that you talked about, Quinella and the other one.
Yeah, they were the same project.
They were the same project?
Yeah, they were the
So they
same.
were also GAMWorks funded?
Yeah, they were also GAMWorks.
So they were all prepared at the same time?
Yeah, they were all prepared.
Did you have GTRs for that one? A separate special GTRs?
No, I just have that one, the one, because the other land were not bought by council. It was given to us by the community. So for that one, it was bought by council. So that's why I was so particular about the documentation. But for Quinala and Japine, the land were given by the community. So even after the completion of those projects, we handed over the project back to the beneficiaries. It was not, they were never managed by council.
Okay. So we go back to the conference center. You said you had 10 GTR books prepared.
Yes.
Whose decision was this?
It was my decision.
Did it go to the council?
Well, no.
Why is that?
Yeah, because I thought it should have gone to the council, but by then we were under pressure. So we were eager to make sure that those facilities are functionable. So that's why I just...
Who was pressuring you?
Pardon?
You said you were under pressure. Who was pressuring you?
Yeah, just financially we are under pressure because, as you know, Mansa Konko Area Council is one of the smallest councils. So financially it was a problem for us to do some of our operations. So during the completion of the facility, I deemed it necessary to waste no time so that at least we can start getting something from there.
How often does the General Council meet?
Pardon?
How often does the General Council meet?
In Mansa Congo?
Yes.
Monthly.
Monthly?
Yes.
Okay. And when was the center handed over to you?
I cannot definitely remember.
Okay. But you had an idea of when the center would be ready?
Huh?
You had an idea of when the center would be ready?
Yes.
Right. Now, you already knew that you wanted to deal with it separately, not like you deal with other council issues.
Yes.
You had at least a few months to go to the council and explain that this is what you wanted to do, because you knew when, you had an idea when it would be ready.
Yes.
I'm sure it didn't take 2 months to build.
Yes.
About how long did it take to build?
The infrastructure?
Yes.
Almost, I can say 2 years.
So it took 2 years.
Yeah.
So you knew
before the completion.
You had an idea what you wanted to do with the project, where you wanted it to go, and inside all that time, you didn't think it was necessary to take that to the council, even though they meet monthly.
Yes. No. It was taken to the council because the councillors were aware.
They were aware that you
yeah,
were
of
going
the-
to.
Yes, of the operations of the facility. Even the staffs who were there working were not employed by council. They were just there on voluntary basis. Because during the construction, it was the same staffs who were there working with the contractor. Some were cleaners, some were mates. So after the completion of the project, we maintained them there before we settled down. Unfortunately, I operated only 1.5 months with the council, with the project, before I was transferred.
So my question was specifically about the GTRs. Well, more specifically about the GTRs. You knew that you were going to prepare special GTR books for that project.
Yes.
And you said that you were under pressure, that's why you wanted to do it as quickly as possible. That's why you did not take that decision to the council.
Yes.
So my point is that you knew the project would take about 2 years to complete. You knew that this is the direction you wanted to go in. The council meets monthly. So for two years, during which the construction was going on, they've been meeting. So I'm trying to tie that in with the pressure that you said you were feeling, which is why you didn't take that decision to the council. So you're aware that you can only have your GTRs published by, prepared by the Gambia Public, is it
GPPC.
GPPC? Yes. So you know that.
Yes.
Right. And these particular GTRs were not prepared by them.
Yes.
They were prepared by a private individual.
Yes.
And do you know the name of this private individual?
Well, no, it was facilitated by GB. I don't know the exact supplier.
Who paid for it? So council would have been issued a receipt.
Yes.
And before the receipt, council would have prepared a payment voucher.
Yes.
And so can you find out for us that information? Because it seems everybody's been trying to get that information but can't. The person who printed those receipts.
Yes.
Thank you. Can you note that down?
Let me just ask. Mr. Ceesay, you have said that the GumWorks, the council paid counterpart funding
Yes.
for the projects, that is the 3 projects, the conference center,
Yes. And
the Japine and the Quinala.
yes, together with
centers.
together with the electricity extension at Darussalam,
Yes,
and also there was a water project at Kayaf.
Kayab.
There was also another water project at Kiang West. Yeah, I cannot remember the village, whether it's Tankolar or not. Those were the basic projects that was done by GumWorks.
During the course of the implementation of these projects, did the council participate?
Yes, the council participated because
Fully?
they are the people who identify the projects.
And they participated also in the
The bidding process?
bidding process?
No, they didn't, no. Everything was handled by Gamworks.
Everything was handled by Gumworks?
Yes.
So how did Gumworks share with you the project plans, etc.?
Yeah, to be frank, they were very fair to the plans, because if they design any plan, they have to bring it to the council for valuation and other stuffs.
So they consulted
They
with
consulted
you
over 5 times.
from the planning
From the planning
to the construction
to the construction,
and finally handing over.
handing over, yes.
So the council paid a matching grant
Yes,
to them.
yes.
Now, my question is, why would the council decide to print GTR books when it contributed taxpayers' money in that project? Why did why did the council feel it was necessary, or it was not necessary, for them to comply with the provisions of the law, which says that all taxpayers' money, when you are to receive or disburse, you must get your receipt books from the government printing institution?
Yes, for me,
Or were you not, let me just put it this way, were you not aware of what the financial manual said?
very well, I was very well aware of it.
So you decided to do what is outside of what the law is asking you to do? Is
Yeah,
what you did?
that's true in the other sense.
Yes.
Yes, but
Would
for
it-
me,
would it be an error on your side?
it's
to
an
have
error
done-
and a mistake.
Thank you.
Yes.
Council, you may proceed.
Thank you. Sorry, did you already note down the information that you were going to get?
Yeah, sorry. Can I get it again?
Yes, please do.
The name of the guy who printed the receipts,
Yes.
huh?
Sorry. So can you tell us